Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the stock market. The first thing we're looking at is hourly chart. Now I don't normally show this to the general public. It's only reserved for the members on the streaming charts, but we'll let the public in on this one. This is the hourly chart, and these are cycles. Lots of cycles, and up and down, and look at that. Okay, from last Thursday on here all the way to today. Okay, look at these cycles. My goodness, down like that, down right here, down, down, down. You see that? Right? Boom, boom, boom. This one really didn't happen. This one happened a little early. This one pretty much right on. This one pretty much right on. Okay. Now here we are. And we got this signal today that happened whatever time that was, middle of the day, about 10 a.m. And look what I got here. 12 noon tomorrow, Texas time. There's a cycle low, hourly cycle low due right here. Is it going to come down? Is it gonna, Is it gonna come down like that? What's gonna happen here? Yeah, the members get to see this happen. Okay, today you can see this hourly cycle low. It didn't really kind of happened right there, but that's about it. It just tracked sideways. Okay. And what I want you to notice is the high on this cycle is higher than the previous hourly cycle. Not by a lot, but it is there. Okay, so that's important. So you got to kind of keep an eye on this to see what this is going to do. So that's the hourly chart. Very, very useful. Use this to make a lot of bank. There's a 15-minute version of this and a 5-minute version of this too that members get to see streaming live 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Let's switch over to the weekly chart. First day of the week. See what's happening here. Weekly. Let me clean a few things up. What is going on? Get that thing off of there. Let's hide the get us plus indicator for now. We'll look at that when we do the trade of the day. All right. So pretty strong, right? Look at this. Pretty strong. Couple weeks. Bing, bang. Bouncy, bouncy. Is she going to take off? Looking like it wants to. But I got a feeling it's not going to be able to sustain this very long. We'll see how this goes. There's only about just about 2 weeks left. Two calendar weeks for this cycle low. August 29th. So we're keeping a close eye on this cycle to see if it's going to happen. Right now, this still looks kind of strong, like it's going. Long term, I've been talking about this. I think we're going that way. But short term, we could continue to bounce here. Whether or not this is sustainable, we got to wait and see. Let's look at the daily. What is going on the daily chart? The daily. Okay. Look at that big old bounce, huh? Nearly 60 points today. 60 points. So pretty much, well, not quite, but what was the high today? Yeah, probably almost 44.11. Yeah, sure enough, 44.14. What do you know? It comes back up and revisits its old friend here. This resistance. Okay. Yeah. So we might see this thing. We do have some divergence going on here, though. Right now, it's not really clear what's going to happen here. We didn't get a continuation off this last Thursday, Friday. We got this huge bounce, well, pretty good bounce today. So I'm beginning to see this like little consolidation going on here, right? See that? And that's what we might get through this cycle. If that's all we get during this whole cycle low in here, August 25th here on the daily, the 29th on the weekly. If it just sits in this box and consolidates sideways, that's a sign of strength. That would be a strong sign. So we're going to watch to see this. If it doesn't, like, what's the bottom of this candlestick? The bottom of this candlestick is 43.40. Okay, if it doesn't get below that candlestick right there, and that's it, that's the lowest it gets during this whole mess of cycle lows, then that would be a sign of strength. And then over here, we'd get a pretty good bounce, right? This thing would get pretty strong. November, December would be really strong if this thing just sits in this box like this. If it breaks down and comes down into here to 42.62, then that's a different sign. I think we'll still get a bounce, but it won't be as strong. So that's really critical to see what this is going to do for the next, like I said, 2 weeks. Right now, this looks pretty strong, right? We got this going on. It's still, I mean, it rolled over, but it's kind of sitting up here and up in this area. Okay. Do have some divergence. It's definitely a wait and see. All right, let's look at the trade of the day. Well, I mean, there it is, right? You can take your pick. This was all overnight. This one was, well, my goodness, this was a really good one. 2:45 a.m. Texas time, and this was 4:40. Both are pretty good. Really good trades of the day. This one here is a little bit more obvious. Why do I say this one at 4:40 is a little more obvious? It's a little more obvious because if you look at this 4:40 a.m., you see how, first of all, this dip didn't get below this line. See that? How it stopped? It came up only a little bit halfway, then it dipped down again. This time it goes below the line. Okay, you can see the MACD is trying to make its way above the zero line, right? This is like typical setup. It turns and starts to burn. As soon as it does that, and this gets above the zero line over here, whatever this is, between 5 and 6 a.m., this little section right here, boom, that's it. You start taking the trade. You just take the trade anywhere in this hour right here is okay. Right, so like this, even like halfway through this 5:30, right when you get this little crossover, look at this, simple moving average 2 crossovers on the 5 minute. Boom, you're in the trade. Now, admittedly, this is a little bit rough over here. Staying in the trade here can be a little rough. But at minimum, you got up, let's see, yeah, almost 10 points here. 7 to 8 points. Pretty good. Okay. On this first candlestick or two, you get out. So you might only make, like I said, you might only make 7 or 8 points. You're probably going to give a little bit back there to get out, okay? And then guess what happens? Get re-entry. Boom. This time you're well above the zero line. See, it crosses over. Well above the zero line. That's a really good sign. You got the MACDs in positive territory. Okay, plus you can be looking at this point, when you see this kind of action going on, you can go look at the hourly chart on the streaming charts too. That'll really give you a good sense of what's going on. Because sometimes the 5 minute chart can trick you. It'll help you get in the trade, but then a lot of people jump in and out of trades too much. Once you get this kind of movement like this above the zero line, start looking at both the 5 minute and the 1 hour chart. You want to keep an eye on both. The hourly chart will keep you in the play, right? Keep in through all this. And again, what is this? Another 12 points. You might catch 10 of this. 7 plus 10, 17 points. Okay, once it gets done with this little crazy consolidation between like 9, whatever that was, a little past 9 o'clock in the morning, here it happens again. You get another continuation. This time you're even more above zero. Look, see how each of these times that we got into the trade here, the MACD is going up. It's doing this. That's confirmation you can re-enter. Okay, and again, you can look at the hourly chart at the same time and go, oh, wow, big, huge green candlesticks. Okay, you're in the trade. Because the whole point is to enter the trade, get the biggest meat of the move. You're going to give up a little bit at the beginning of the move and a little bit at the end. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You're not, right? That's how you make your money. You make your money in the meat of the move. And you just keep entering every time until it exhausts itself. And it's going to exhaust itself because if you go back on this video and go back, and look at the 1 hour chart I started this video with, you'll see what happens if the 1 hour chart starts to max out, just sits up there and consolidates, starts tracking sideways. That's what you need to know right there. Even the 5 minute chart begins to show you it's rolling over here. Okay, it rolls over here, right? See this? Way up here starts rolling over. But you know, it had several times. It kind of fake you out here and here. That's why you want to be looking at the 1 hour chart once you start getting above this zero line. The 5-minute chart will help you to get in and out of the trade, but the 1 hour chart's what kind of 1 hour chart is what really keeps you in the trades. But the point I'm really trying to make here. So that's the trade of the day. Super nice. Super nice. And we'll see what this on the, you know, like I said, go back in the beginning of this video. Keep an eye on that for tomorrow for the members on the streaming chart, so you can determine whether or not you're going to make any substantial kind of bank on the 1 hour cycles. If you don't see huge dips occurring going into the 1 hour cycles, then you know the market's strong. Like today, it was just a little tiny dip, right? It didn't really pull back. That's a sign of the market's strong. Not like it's been the previous week or two where, you know, most of the 1 hour cycle lows were pretty good dips. You can make pretty good money on those dips. Or they're right up to them. It's fine too, whichever way you want to play it. But today you didn't get this big dip in the 1 hour chart. That's a sign of strength. That's how you use it. You know which way you can get a sense of what the market's doing. All right, so we'll begin to look out for that tomorrow as you get into that 12 o'clock hour. All right, if you want to become a member, $7.99. The link is in the description. Just read the description very carefully so you know how to join without having any problems. You get the streaming charts like the ones I've been showing you here, 5 minute to 1 hour to 15 minute. You get a nightly email with its S&P 500 attached to it. And I give my comment about what I think the market's going to do. Okay, there's other channels on the Discord server as well, along with the streaming charts. That's where the Discord servers are at. There's also alerts for gold and crude oil. Crude oil's been huge. For all you that trade crude oil, you should be taking a look at crude oil right now. Okay, especially what's going on in the Middle East. And I noticed in the futures, also there's a symbols channel. And I noticed in the future symbols for today in the symbols channel that oil showed up both on Friday and today after the close of the market, right? So really, really important. All that's on the Discord server for people to take advantage of. Crude oil, gold is on there. All those alerts go on there. Top 30 stocks, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ is on that server, right? So really, really nice. A lot of good things happen on that server. $7.99. Plenty of members. I think many of the members don't even think about the membership anymore. They're making more than enough money to cover the membership. They don't even think about it. Some of these people have made enough money to cover the membership for years to come, or maybe even the rest of their life. You know, they don't think about it because they know the membership is crazy cheap for the return and value that they're getting. All right. Okay, that's it for now. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.